Hello, this is take two. I hope you can hear me well. We had problems with audio at first, so I'm praying that the audio is fine now that I took it off my car speakers. So anyways, let me try to backtrack from what I said earlier. So I just wanted to say hi to everyone. If you're watching me for the first time ever, my name is Stephanie Rell. I am a belly fat weight loss coach, formerly an RN of 10 years before I decided to come home with my babies and pursue my passion of helping other moms lose weight and keep it off and feel confident and comfortable in their clothes. All right, there you go. My introduction. I got it all in. And now I am in the car. I wanted to talk about juggling mom life and other priorities, and when do we actually take time for ourselves? For me, I always had a hard time taking time for myself because I just always felt like I needed to be there for everybody. But as I always say, we cannot be our best selves if we can't be there for everybody if we're not our best selves. So better. Great. I'm glad that it worked out better because I took it off the car speakers. So now that I'm at a red light, I can focus on talking to you guys. It was really hard for me to take time for myself, especially when my kids were much smaller. I was just too afraid of something going wrong. I always worried about their well-being. I was afraid if something would happen if they were in someone else's care. It was always a constant worry. So it would be very hard for me to take time for myself. And honestly, the only time I took time for myself back then was when I just napped when they napped. Like, that was time for myself because I wasn't sleeping very well through the night with them and nursing them full time and all that. Since then, they're 5 years old now. My daughter's 2. She's still nursing, but it's night and day now compared to when they were newborns. And for me to take time for myself, it looks different for everybody, for sure. What we do for that time to ourselves. For me, I just need a breather. I need to lock myself in my room, spend some time just praying, being in the Word, breathing, just having level-headed focus, thoughts process without screaming in the background. That's time for me. And I feel recharged that way. Another way I feel recharged is because I'm an extrovert. I need to be around other people. I can't just be alone. And there's introverted people that they need to recharge by being alone. So it's different. But for me, if I'm alone, I get miserable. I really get miserable. So I need to be around other people. And some ways that I do this is coming around other moms where I can bring my kids and they can play with their kids and I can have girl talk or whatever kind of talk we want to have during that time. And that refreshes me, that recharges me. We could talk about things that are relatable, that we're both struggling with, like dealing with toddlers or preschoolers, or right now the kids are in kindergarten. So being able to bounce off our frustrations or just things that we're proud of is super encouraging and fills my cup for sure, because I know I'm not alone in it. But how do we juggle everything, because it's hard alone just to juggle making yourself a priority, but then you got, taking care of the kids. For me, I homeschool. So I got to do the homeschooling, making sure they're all fed, cleaning up after them, and giving them good quality mom time because, I'm home running my business, but when I'm running my business, I'm running my business. So I'm not giving them my 100% full attention, and they deserve that. So being able to create the space and time for me to have time with them. Then there's spousal time. And during the week, I don't get very much of that because my spouse works full time. And by the time he comes home, it's like an hour before bedtime routine. And it's like he's having dinner and then he's asleep. So it's not much time together. So I got to prioritize when I spend time with him And likewise, the other people in my life whom I love and want to actively have relationship with, such as my siblings, my parents, and so on and so forth. And then there's just other responsibilities in general that can be shared in the marriage, in your partnership, which is, you know, finances and making sure the house is kept and making plans with other friends. All those kind of things are other responsibilities. If you have a job that you go to and you have tasks that you have to do there. And so some of it can be a whirlwind. And I've spoken to a lot of different moms who just say, I'm tired, I'm stressed. By the time I'm done with things. Actually, I had a conversation. No, it was a texting conversation. But we like to do voice memos back and forth. I like voice and video when I'm communicating with people. Again, I'm an extrovert. I need to hear and see you, even though we're not in person, because it just makes me feel that much more of a connection with you versus just writing out a text. Plus, you don't always know the context of a text versus the fluctuations of someone's speech and seeing their facial expressions. So, you know, she was telling me that she hadn't got back to me because all the different things that were going on in her life. And she used the expression, you know, at the end of the day, we just hit the pillow and wake up and do it all over again. And it just got me to thinking, like, yeah, mom life is tough. There's so many things that are going on. You have your regular mundane schedule that goes on and on and on. And then you have emergencies that come up. That's not planned, just out of the blue. So that disrupts your schedule. But I think it's important, especially when we're trying to make ourselves a priority. I think it's very important to create some sort of balance for yourself, because it may look like I don't even know how to have balance because of all these things going on. It takes why is it looks like my phone is going to shut off. I hope it doesn't, but it doesn't look like it's possible at times when you're so busy. So that's why it's very important to give yourself the breaks, right? Finding how you can actually delegate things, because we can't do it all, no matter what. Even as people say, like I've heard people say to me all the time, oh, you're a super mom. Wow, you're doing all this. You're doing great. You this, that, and the other. And I'm like, dude, yeah, maybe it appears that way, but I don't feel like super mom. I'm tired. I'm, stressed. I had anxiety the other day. I didn't even know how I was going to do this. And it's important for us to be able to create that space, create that balance by not putting all the pressure on ourselves, by finding ways to delegate certain tasks, finding ways to get a breather, get a break, and just relax. Like, that is so important. And without that, then yes, you're going to feel like your life is just a big bunch of busyness and overwhelm and burnout. Get to burnout. Burnout is real, guys. I've been on burnout before many times in my life. I remember experiencing burnout when I was in college, and I was taking my nursing courses full time, and I was working a job full time, and I was working in ministry in my church full time. So I was doing all three of those things, and I got burnt out like really badly. That I was failing my nursing courses. I was getting moody and snappy at people, which that's not my personality. I am not just someone that is the B word. But if I get like that, that there's a disconnect and I need to recharge somehow. I need rest. I need a break. And I had to make the decision to give up something. And at that time, even though I didn't want to give it up, I gave up my full-time ministry position at the church I was at because I had to finish nursing school. Like, it wasn't like, oh yeah, I'm just going to take a break from nursing school. I had to finish. I was like, I think I was almost on my last year of nursing school. So it was like, I can't just give up on that. And I wasn't going to give up my job because I had to pay my bills. So it was like, I had to give up my position at the church, my full-time position at the church, which was tough. It was a hard decision for me to make, but it was a balancing act. And it was more like, okay, we eliminate one thing, or we find a way to delegate tasks within that thing so that I don't have all this weight on me. And the same thing goes for you as a mom, as a wife, as a caregiver. It doesn't have to just be a job. It's all the daily tasks that is on you, you know, asking for help from a family member, a loved one, a friend, your spouse, and being able to have an understanding, a back and forth. Communication is huge. And even though I can slack a little bit with my spouse on that because of hurt feelings, let's just be real here. Sometimes I feel hurt by something if I communicate it in a way, or he gets hurt by something I say, and it's because we're not speaking to the actual pain point and how it's affecting each other. Instead, we're speaking from a place of vulnerability and emotions. And we kind of have to let that. Emotions are valid, but we can't just only act upon them. We have to come with sincerity and love and grace toward each other. So, I've had to learn this through the years. Yeah, the same language, knowing each other's strengths and weaknesses. I know that when my husband is hangry, I shouldn't be talking to him about anything because he's not going to accept it well, right? But when I know that he's been fed, he's comfortable, he's not irritated, and he's level-headed, I can speak to him and he will receive it well. And vice versa. And we have to be able to identify that. And this is not only about spouses. This is about other people in your life who you love, whether it's a parent or an adult child, anybody else that you are going to need help from to allow you to get that rest and prioritization. So here it is, all in a nutshell. I'm going to break it down for you right here, everything that I've been saying. In order to find balance in your life, in order to get that, you must allow yourself to get rest. You must allow yourself to be a priority. If you do not allow yourself to be a priority, to get that rest, to recharge, your life will always be a spinning circle and feel out of control and out of balance, because you are always running to the next thing, and there's never an end. You will get burnt out. You will get resentment. You will get feelings of hurt. I've been there so many times. I have resented my spouse for many, many things. And I'm talking real to you guys right now. I'm not holding anything back. Okay? I have had feelings of resentment toward my spouse, toward my parents, because I didn't allow myself to get the proper care that I needed, which was being able to rest and recharge and get away from the craziness and delegate stuff and not have all the stress on me. It's not fair. It's not fair to you, mom, okay? Yes, you're a mom. Yes, we do all things. Yes, we're good at it. We're good at multitasking and taking care of our families, but we will eventually get to a point of feeling like complete crap, that we're not worthy enough, that we're not good enough, that we're sucking at this mom job, that we have mom guilt and all this kind of stuff. But that is only becomes an issue, that becomes harbored in your heart when you do not allow the time and space for you to be able to recharge, fill your cup and feel free. You know what I mean? If you constantly never went to sleep, eventually you're going to crash. Okay? There's people that can maybe run through their schedule on less sleep than others. And maybe there can be some times where you had a crappy night, but then the next night you recharged, you slept better, right? The same thing with our lives. We can't just be constantly going in this spiral. We can't just constantly be allowing the busy lifestyle to be the busy lifestyle. There's more to life than that. There's more to life than just being busy. And I know that we can rise up and be at our full potential if we do the job of taking care of ourselves. I mean, even God rested. God created the earth. He created all the glory, all the nature, us. And he rested on the seventh day. So even biblically, it's important for us to rest, to recharge, to fill our cup, and to be our best selves for the people we love and for us, for what we desire in life. So I want to encourage you today to start thinking about how you can create the space to give yourself rest, to maybe delegate some stuff, to get out and go have a girls' night, or maybe just have some time alone. Like right now, I'm having some time alone. You may think grocery shopping is not fun. and in a normal sense, it isn't. Like for me, I wouldn't normally think this is fun. And I still don't think it's fun. But it is my escape. I have no children. It's quiet. You know me. If you've been on my lives, any of my other lives, you know there's children in the background, usually crying, screaming, mom, mom, mom. And you don't hear that right now. It's like heaven. I'm just like, I don't know. How long can I say? My husband's like, don't be out like 2 hours. I'm like, why can't I? Why not? For me, this is just a time for me to recharge. Grocery shopping is not so much fun, but I'm not in it for the fun. I'm in it for the restoration. I'm in it for some rest, peace, and to recharge. So when I get back home, I can come and accept my children with full heart, happy, not moody and upset and overwhelmed and all of that. I got some time to myself. And so, however it may look like for you to get peace and quiet and recharge, and it doesn't even have to be the kids. Like maybe you needed some time and rest away from your spouse, maybe some time and rest away from other people, whoever's in your life or whatever things that are going on. Let's just chill. Just find a way to chill, relax. Stay out and get a coffee. Oh yes, get a coffee for sure. We shall have to do that, Nicole. We shall. I'm close to you. I'm next to you. I'm in BJ's. You know where that is. So yeah, this is my little escape. I don't know how long I'm gonna be out. I'll try not to be 2 hours like my husband said, but I can't make promises. All I know is I'm having some time of rest and peace and quiet, and I'm glad that I'm getting that. Because without it, I'm just gonna be a hot mess. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna be a hot mess. I need times like this. I don't care if it's not a fun activity that I'm going out, you know, somewhere fun or whatever. No, it doesn't have to be about a fun place. It just has to be about you getting some time to yourself, to recharge, to think, focus. Fill yourself up. Yes, get coffee. Let's all have a coffee date so that we can just have time to ourselves. All right, I've been rambling for a while. I hope this gave you guys some nuggets of wisdom, encouraging you to take time for yourself so that you can be a better you for your family and for everyone else in your life. And I will be back tomorrow for day 6 I don't know what time. I'm not giving you guys time because honestly, with the kids and everything, it's just whenever I can get a moment. And this was the time that I was like, I'm going to do it now because once I'm home, it's going to be chaotic. So I'll be on tomorrow. I just don't know what time, and I'll talk about another topic. Super excited. I hope you all have a great day. And again, I'm always going to plug in my challenge that's coming up November 14th. If you want to be a part of it, it's a completely free challenge, 5 days for you to learn how to create a game plan to thrive during the holidays and not gain weight and feel good and confident in your clothes. I know I have a Christmas outfit that I'm planning to wear, so I have that ready to go for me to feel good in, and I just want to encourage you all. So, love ya. Thanks for chiming in. Thanks for giving me all the hearts and love, and I will be back tomorrow. Have a great day, everyone. Bye.